welcome back to another series of our Prop Maker 101. What we've got here today for you is we have, as in every construction project, there's going to be prints. Prints come from the office, as we say, on the floor. When you're down on the floor, oftentimes we refer to the office as the shop in which prints are coming out of, i.e. an architect or a set designer. So in this case, set designer. Our set designer has come up with prints that have shown us what it is that he's interested in having. He's interested in this case, reading is fundamental, so remember that. He's interested in this case in an interior green apartment. And so what he's going with is he's given us an apartment layout. This particular view, we are looking down as if you're up in the sky, looking down on everything on the little world. And this is the room you're concentrating on. So as we go through these prints, the first thing to do is to read, and then you want to find what scale your prints are in. Blueprint reading, sometimes you just have to be practical. You have to understand that what you're looking at is a room, nothing more than you've been in, or nothing less than you've been in the past. The dark lines denote the face of the wall. The width of the walls are denoted by the dark lines on each side of the gray. And when you have one wall with no other wall behind it, it'll only have the single dark line, as you can see on these. Each one of those is letting you know that's the face. We call that on stage, and we call this off stage. So no matter where you are when you're dealing in the movie making world, we have an on stage, which is inside of these lines, and we have an off stage. And that term is unique to the entertainment business. So on stage, when we're dealing with this set, will be towards the room. Anything coming towards the room will be on stage. The dark lines give you your layout of your room, the openings for your sliding doors, the openings for your walkways, the passaging areas, other doors. All this is denoted in these plans. A good architect or a good art director will have very good plans. Welcome back. What we have here today is we've got the building of a rock. Let's say you had to build a rock in movie making, because we often do. For sure you're not going to make it a solid rock, because this is movie making. So what we're going to do is in our minds, we hollow it out. And we hollow it out by first framing as big as we can prior to getting to the surface from center of the object in which we're building to the extremities. Far extremities, we build out as far as we can with wood. And then we allow the styrofoam crew to come in and adhere their styrofoam to the sides of our plywooded box in this case. As we can see here, we have a plywood box that is 4 foot by 4 foot in dimension. They apply all their styrofoam around the outside of the rock to give it its detail. That's movie making 101. Welcome to Prop Making 101. What we have here is an illustration of a prop that need be built, and it looks like it's to hold 50-gallon drums. And so what would happen is we would be given a set of plans from the art department, which would give us an illustration of what it's to look like when it's completed, and then a set of plans to show us how we get there. In this case, we're using 2x4 to create the uprights, as we saw back here in this color photo. And we continue to add what we need in there to make it happen. That's the Hollywood magic. So what we will do is we add shelves, and we will add uprights. We'll add what we call sleepers. This will all be designed to create that look. So though it's only in pencil and paper, over here it's full color detail. As you can see, you have concrete. The painters often have to have something to paint. And if not, there's nothing to paint. So we give them Luan, or we give them what we call a base, so that they will have something to adhere their paint to. Sometimes it's in Luan, sometimes it's in plaster, sometimes it's in plywood. It really depends on the art director. So remember to always pay close attention to detail. Now the illustration in this case, the art director put it all on the same page. He gave you what he wants to see in the finished product and how to get there. That's their job. Their job is to give you the dimensions, and in this case it's 6'8" tall. They also give you the man standing beside it so that you will have a visual for your own eye. That's what we love about this business. It's art. And in art, you have to determine you are the smart one when it gets in your hands. So now it's in our hands. And so your objective is to take the numbers, build it to the numbers, and nothing else. Because the art director knows what he wants. And here's an illustration of it. This may look a little different, but this tells you what he wants.